Imagine walking into a store you built from the ground up, your name on the logo, your sweat in every inch of its success, only to be judged by the color of your skin. That's exactly what happened to Camille Johnson, a self-made black CEO. When she entered her own luxury jewelry flagship dressed down after a board meeting. What followed? 1 minute of racism, and a lifetime of regret for the arrogant manager. Stay till the end, because what Camille did next shocked everyone. And if you believe in justice, power moves, and truth always winning, make sure to subscribe. Right now for more stories that hit hard and leave a mark. Camille Johnson had never needed to shout to be heard. Her presence alone commanded attention, the kind that came from years of struggle turned into success. She wasn't born into luxury. Southside Chicago didn't give out second chances, but Camille carved her first with books, grit, and ambition. Now in her early 40s, she was the founder and CEO of GL Lux, one of the fastest-growing jewelry brands in America. Oprah wore her diamonds. Beyoncé called her a diamond whisperer. But none of that mattered when she walked into the new Beverly Hills flagship store, dressed in sneakers and a hoodie, just hours after a brutal board meeting in San Francisco. She needed peace, not press. She wanted to see the store from the eyes of a customer, no entourage, no red carpet. Just Camille and her curiosity. As she stepped into the sleek white and gold interior of her latest creation, she breathed it in fresh polish, soft jazz, elegance. But what should have been a proud moment turned cold in seconds. A young white manager, freshly hired and full of misplaced arrogance, looked her up and down with disgust. "Miss, this is a private store," he said, blocking her with a clipboard. And a fake smile. Camille blinked. "Excuse me? We don't allow people to loiter in here. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Our pieces are extremely high value," he added, gesturing vaguely at her outfit. The other staff stood awkwardly, silent and unsure. Camille raised a brow. "So, you're refusing to serve me?" "Ma'am, please don't make this difficult." That was the final straw. Camille didn't shout. She pulled out her phone, tapped once, and said, "Get Roger on the line. Now." The manager laughed, confused. "Are you serious? Who do you think you're calling?" Camille stared him dead in the eyes. The tension in the room snapped like a taut necklace string. The employees exchanged nervous glances. Moments later, Roger Kellerman, the regional director of GL Lux, stormed into the store, his face pale and sweating. "Ms. Johnson," he gasped. "Why didn't anyone tell me you were coming?" The young manager stepped back, stuttering, the color draining from his face. "Ms. Johnson?" he repeated. "As in?" Camille pointed to the engraved gold plaque behind the glass display. "JL Lux, Camille Johnson, founder and CEO. You mean that Camille Johnson?" she asked flatly. The room fell into pin-drop silence. Roger spun toward the manager. "You idiot. Do you know what you've done?" The young man stammered. I didn't recognize her. She didn't look like someone who could. Didn't look like someone?" Camille cut in sharply. "Say what you want to say." The silence stretched dangerously. She continued, "You profiled me. Because I'm black. Because I wasn't wearing Prada or carrying a Chanel bag. And you thought someone who looks like me doesn't belong in a luxury store, even the one she owns." The employees stood frozen. Camille turned to Roger. "Long has he been working here?" "3 weeks, ma'am." "Not anymore," Camille said. "He's done. And I want HR in here today." The manager tried to defend himself, but Camille held up a hand. "Save it. The security footage will speak louder than your excuses." She turned to the shocked staff. "And if anyone here believes what he did was okay, you can leave now." Not a single soul moved. That's when she walked over to the counter, pulled out a velvet box from the new collection, and placed it down. Within hours, security footage leaked. A video clip titled "CEO Denied in Her Own Store" went viral on TikTok, then exploded on YouTube. The moment the manager said, "We don't allow loitering," while blocking Camille, went global. Influencers, news anchors, celebrities, everyone was talking. The hashtags trended for days. Hashtag Black CEO, hashtag Luxury Bias, hashtag Camille Johnson, hashtag Jewel Justice, hashtag She Built That. Talk shows debated it. Morning news anchors called it the most chilling example of casual racism in high fashion. Camille, meanwhile, stayed silent until a week later when she uploaded a video titled, "Let Me Tell You What Really Happened in My Store." It opened with her sitting in a sunlit office, diamonds glittering behind her, dressed in a simple white blouse, no makeup. "I didn't post this for revenge," she said. "I posted it because this is what it means to be a black woman, even." At the top, she recounted her journey, from being the daughter of a janitor and a nurse to putting herself through Howard University, to working 3 jobs while building GL Looks. "I fought for every inch of this," she said. "And still, to some people, I'll never look the part." The video crossed 20 million views in days. Sales at GL Looks skyrocketed. Orders flooded in from black women, Latinas, Asian professionals, white allies, all saying the same thing: "We see you. We support you. We are you." Camille made sure part of the proceeds from the Legacy collection went to scholarships for young minority entrepreneurs. And that arrogant manager? He never worked in the industry again. Not because Camille blacklisted him, but because no one wanted to be associated with someone who turned away the very woman whose name built the brand. Months later, Camille stood on a stage accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award in Business Excellence. Her dress shimmered, but her smile outshone everything. She began her speech not with gratitude, but with a challenge. To every young black girl who thinks she has to wear labels to be respected, don't. Your mind is your luxury. Your dignity is your diamond. The audience roared. I was denied in a store I built. And for 1 minute, it hurt, but what they didn't realize was that it only takes 1 minute to turn pain into power. She paused. Let this be a reminder. You don't have to prove your worth to those who can't see it. You show them. And then, you build something they can never touch. The camera cut to women in the crowd wiping tears. Young girls in the front row holding up signs. Camille inspired me to start my business. I am Legacy. After the speech, a little black girl came up to her, maybe 7 years old, holding her mom's hand. Miss Camille, she said shyly, I want to be a diamond boss like you. Camille knelt down, took off a simple gold bracelet from her wrist, and gave it to her. You already are, sweetheart. You already are. And with that, Camille didn't just walk off the stage that night, she walked into history. Not as the CEO who fired a racist manager, but as the woman who showed the world that luxury has no color and that greatness, real greatness, doesn't need permission to shine.